The maintenance klaxon blared through Sector 7 at 400 hours, jolting Alex from his bunk in the crew quarters of the Meridian Station. He blinked at the ceiling panels, their bioluminescent strips pulsing in rhythm with the alarm. Something was wrong. Maintenance alerts didn't sound like that. This was the emergency broadcast system. "All personnel, this is not a drill," the station AI's voice crackled through the speakers, but then it distorted, fragmenting into static. When it returned, it wasn't the AI anymore. It was something else entirely. "Return her, return her, return her." The voice was high-pitched, almost childlike, but with an underlying growl that made Alex's skin crawl. He'd been a xenobiologist on this research station for 3 years, studying the indigenous life forms of Kepler 442b, and he'd never heard anything like it. He pulled on his jumpsuit and rushed into the corridor. Other crew members were emerging from their quarters, faces pale with confusion. Dr. Sarah Chen, the station's communications officer, was already at her tablet, frantically swiping through diagnostic screens. "It's not our AI," she said without looking up. "Something's hijacked the entire announcement system. Every speaker, every display panel, they're all broadcasting the same message." Alex leaned over her shoulder. The waveform analysis showed something impossible. The signal wasn't digital. It was organic, a living creature somehow interfacing directly with their electronic systems. "The nursery," Alex breathed. "It has to be from the nursery." 3 weeks ago, they'd brought in a specimen, a juvenile member of the species they'd designated Felis sapiens kepleris. The cubs, as the crew affectionately called them, were remarkably intelligent, about the size of a large Earth housecat but with 6 legs, crystalline eyes that seemed to see in multiple spectrums, and a hide that shimmered with bioluminescent patterns. This one had been found alone, mewing beside its dead mother near the Southern Research Outpost. Against protocol, one of the junior researchers, Jiggy Martinez, had taken a particular interest in the creature. She'd spent hours with it, running cognitive tests, teaching it simple tasks. Alex had warned her about getting attached. He sprinted toward the xenobiology wing, Sarah close behind. The corridors were chaos now, crew members shouting over the relentless broadcast, "Return her, return her, return her." The door to the nursery was open, its magnetic lock overridden. Inside, the cub sat in the center of the room, its body glowing with an intense violet light. Thin tendrils of what looked like plasma extended from its hide, connecting to every electronic surface: the containment field generator, the environmental controls, the communication panel. "My God," Sarah whispered, "it's creating a biological interface. It's turned itself into a living transmitter." Alex approached slowly, hands raised. "Easy there, little one, we're not going to hurt you." The cub's crystalline eyes fixed on him, multifaceted and depthless. The tendrils pulsed, and the speakers throughout the station amplified its message with renewed intensity: "Return her." "Her," Alex frowned. "Return who?" Then he understood. "Jiggy, where's Jiggy?" Sarah checked her tablet. "She's not on the station manifest. According to this, she left on the supply shuttle 2 days ago, medical leave," but she scrolled through the files, her expression darkening. "Alex, this doesn't make sense. There's no record of her requesting leave. The shuttle manifest shows cargo only, no passengers." A cold dread settled in Alex's stomach. 2 days ago, Jiggy had filed a complaint with the station director about the ethics of their research. She'd argued that the cubs weren't just intelligent, they were sentient, possibly more advanced than humans in ways they couldn't yet measure. The director, Dr. Raymond Voss, had been furious. He'd built his career on the study of Kepler 442b's lifeforms and wasn't about to let some junior researcher derail the project. "We need to find Voss," Alex said. They found the director in his office, calmly reviewing data as if the station wasn't in the midst of a crisis. When Alex burst through the door, Voss didn't even look up. "Where is she?" Alex demanded. "Who? Don't play games. Where's Jiggy?" Voss finally met his eyes, his expression cold and clinical. Ms. Martinez was transferred to Earth. She became too emotionally compromised to continue her work here. It was for the best. "Transferred," Sarah said. "There's no record of." The record was classified, station security. Voss stood, his posture rigid. "Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a situation to manage. That creature needs to be sedated and its connection to our systems severed." "That creature is trying to tell us something," Alex shot back. "It's asking for Jiggy. What did you do to her?" Voss's jaw tightened. "I did what was necessary to protect this research." Ms. Martinez was going to go public with her absurd theories about these animals being a civilization. She would have destroyed everything we've built here. The pieces fell into place with horrifying clarity. You didn't transfer her, you killed her. I eliminated a threat to the mission. Voss's voice was utterly devoid of emotion. Her body was ejected with the waste disposal, an unfortunate airlock malfunction, according to the official report. Sarah's face went white. Alex felt rage and nausea war in his gut. Before he could move, security personnel appeared at the door, weapons drawn. Dr. Voss called us, one of them said there might be trouble. But the guards weren't looking at Alex. They were staring past him through the office's transparent wall toward the nursery. The violet light from the Cub had intensified, spreading through the station's network like wildfire. Every screen, every display, every holographic interface now showed the same image. Jigga's face, smiling as she held the Cub in her arms, taken from her research logs. And then the Cub did something that would change everything they thought they knew about intelligence, about communication, about consciousness itself. It didn't just broadcast a message, it broadcasted a memory, its memory. Through every neural interface, every quantum computer, every piece of technology on the station, it projected what it had witnessed. Jigga's last moments, her confrontation with Voss, the cold airlock, her final breath. The security guards lowered their weapons, horror etched on their faces. Throughout the station, every crew member saw the truth simultaneously, experienced it through the Cub's alien perception, a perspective that could see quantum states, electromagnetic fields, the very fabric of space-time rippling with emotion and intent. They saw how Jiggy had died protecting the Cubs, how she discovered that the species wasn't just intelligent, they were a networked consciousness, each individual a node in a planet-wide neural network. The Cubs weren't animals. They were the children of Kepler 442b itself, and humanity had been dissecting them, studying them, treating them like laboratory specimens. Voss crumpled to his knees as the weight of what he'd done crashed down on him. Not just murder, but something far worse, the destruction of a bridge between two forms of consciousness that might never be rebuilt. Alex walked back to the nursery. The Cub's glow was fading now, its energy spent. The tendrils retracted and it collapsed onto the floor, barely breathing. He knelt beside it, tears streaming down his face. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "We can't return her, but I promise we'll make this right." The Cub's crystalline eyes met his one final time. In them, Alex saw something that would haunt him forever, forgiveness and an unbearable sadness. The planetary network had heard its child's cry. Within hours, ships would arrive, not human ships, but vessels grown from the living rock of Kepler 442b itself. The Cubs weren't alone, they'd never been alone. Humanity's first contact with alien intelligence hadn't been a meeting of equals in the vastness of space. It had been a tragedy, a crime, and a reckoning. And it had all started with a Cub who hijacked an announcement system to ask for the only thing that mattered, justice for the one who had loved it. In the end, the message changed. As the station's crew waited for whatever judgment the planet would pass upon them, the speakers whispered one final transmission. "She is remembered, she will always be remembered." Then silence.